Hello, everybody. This is Professor G's Remedies for Marketing 421. We are in week 4, and this is week 4's team assignment. Basically, it is a worksheet that you'll be filling out as a team. And so these PowerPoints are going to be about 3 different PowerPoints, and this one PowerPoint is just going over stuff that we've already done before. And the basic thing about this stuff is putting together everything that you've learned so far. So the scenario is you are a company launching a lemonade beverage into the market. You will need to prove that this lemonade meets company goals by providing a strategy backed up by research and solid reasoning. So like I said, this is basically putting together the marketing mix and making sure that the product jives with the target market and that the price jives with the distribution and all of that stuff, and putting it into a constant stream that makes sense for decision makers. This makes sense to the company. You need to show that this is going to be profitable. You're going to show that all of the strengths and capacities that the company has can make for sure develop this product and launch it and put it into the hands of customers. And so that all that stuff has got to make sense and work together. So it's a lot of work you need to do as a team. So the first question asks you, what's your company name? And it also asks what industry of operation you will be in. And what that means is basically, is this product going to be going into health food, or are you going to find it in the convenience stores and refrigerators in the convenience stores and grocery stores? Is it going to be an adult beverage? Is it going to be in little snack packs or little snacks for kids' lunches? What what industry are you going to operate in? You could probably do one or two, but definitely probably wouldn't go any further than that. And then also, what kind of form is it going to take? Is it going to be in a liquid form that you have to chill, or is it going to be where you don't have to do that, but have it all resting on the shelf, and that would be fine? Or is it going to be in powder form? Is it going to be concentrated, frozen concentrate? Um, or is it going to be like my wife likes to buy those little alcohol packages you can get with the margarita mixes already in there? Something like that. So that's what we're talking about is what kind of industry are you going to rest in? What kind of form is it going to take? Then, as a reminder, getting into product description. This is point number 2. It's going to ask you to review or tell us about this new and unique product that you have and what makes it different. What are its features and benefits? And what about these specific features and benefits that is going to give you a competitive advantage, something that other companies have not thought about in combining certain features that that causes people to notice you, want to buy, what's the motivation, what problem does your product solve? So basically, you need to go over that in that section. Question number 3 is going to ask you about some company information. They're going to ask you who you are, if you are an actual beverage company, or maybe you're a subsidiary, like Pepsi Corporation has, I think Frito Lay as a subsidiary. And so, where do you lie with that? Tell us about your company, if this is an independent company or what have you. And then you're going to talk about what kind of industry that you are within. You're going to go over missions and values. And I don't know if you remember, but I think I touched on it a little bit. Mission, like a mission statement, talks about who you are, what you do, and how you do it, and who it's for. And then values can be as simple as 3 words. It could be just so simple, powerful words about how you're going to conduct your everyday activity as a company. And then lastly, you're going to talk about now the other point, number 2, we talked about the differentiation in the product. Now we're going to talk about what makes your company different. Don't talk about the product here. Talk about if your company is a green type company, if it is a company that is uh, considers things to be affordable for other people, or maybe they create prestigious things, or let's say you're in health food, maybe you are the health food that people can afford. Something that makes your company different that people will gravitate to it. And then 4 and 5 combines the target market in a way that this is where the connecting really needs to start happening with your target market. So you have 2 different sections, all of them asked to do stuff under 90 words. So there's 4 boxes. So basically, that's what, 45 words per box. Sounds very doable to me. So it's going to ask you about your composition of your target market first. What's demographic, psychographic, geographic, and behavioral. And then when it goes about the segmentation criteria, you want to list the segment variables and its breakdown. And if you remember, we had a chart we went to in the textbook. It's in chapter 9. It's figure 9-4. And there you see the 4 main segments. Well, now you're going to talk about the variables and the breakdown. What about the demographic? Is there a specific generation that you're targeting? And its breakdown. Is it the millennials that you're focusing on? So you're focusing on life stage, you're focusing on millennial generation, millennials, that type of thing, and then connect that with what features and benefits that connects with that. And that would be uh, in question number 5. You talk about the target market. You describe it as these millennials, okay, and this differentiation going to connect specific variables with product features and benefits there in that section. So 4 different sections, and that's how they're broken down. Is you first talk about the composition, demographic, psychographic, geographic, behavioral, and then what about those variables and breakdowns that you are focusing on? And then in question 5, you talk about those variables and breakdown and how it connects to specific features and benefits of your product. And this is so important. Remember this, that everybody is not a target market. Make sure when you describe your target market, you're not saying between the ages of 13 and 65. You might as well have said everybody. Be very specific. Make sure it's those age groups are small, 9 to 20 years, something like that. We don't want multiple generations because you are connecting specific features and benefits with that target market. And all of that stuff is going to work together so that you can demonstrate through solid reasoning to management that your strengths as a company is going to connect with these people and in a way that this product is going to solve that generation's problem with lemonade. Okay? So that you understand where you're going with this. It's all got to tie together. And then lastly, uh, question number 8, we had gone over it last week, and these are just reminders about the product life cycle, but you're going to go specifically and you're going to focus on the maturity phase. And remember that this right here, all of this right here, it just gives you examples of the marketing actions that occur during that phase. So take a look here. Okay, we're talking about the 4 P's. We're talking about the competition, and then we're also talking about the profit margin. And so when you're looking at those things, there are certain activities that a company needs to do during that phase of the life cycle. So what are you going to do? You're going to have a big product line. You're not just going to launch one product. You're going to have multiple products within that product line. You're going to defend market share. You're going to do a lot of things like reminder. Being reminder oriented. I'm also thinking sometimes people do a redesign at this, so to draw attention to that your brand, things like that. You are getting your stuff out everywhere. So if you're getting your stuff out everywhere, you got to think, okay, I'm going to be going really head to head with a lot of competition. So all of this stuff has to line up and also line up with how you're putting your product together and how is it solving the problem of your target market. Okay, so this concludes this portion of it. It is questions 1 to 5 and 8. Questions 6 and 7 is on a different PowerPoint presentation that you will see. And then also number 9, it's on its own special PowerPoint presentation. These are new concepts that we're tackling, and so we're doing that stuff separately. Again, this is Professor G's Remedies for Marketing 421. If you have a comment, any questions, and any suggestions on how to make this better, I want to hear it. So please leave your comments in the comment section, and subscribe and ring the notification bell, and I'll see you again real soon.